Go live. Okay.
Yay.
We should be live.
Okay. Fantastic.
We'll just see when people start jumping on.
Okay.
I think I've got this as far over as I can.
No, that looks good.
Okay.
Okay. We're going to wait for a couple minutes and see we have some friends that come over. I am Janine Warrow, close to my heart maker, and this is my friend.
Amy Storrie. Hello.
So Amy is a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. How long have you been doing this for?
It is 25 years this month. In fact, Saturday, April 20th, is my 25-year anniversary.
Yay.
So yes, been doing it a long time.
Early congratulations on that.
Oh,
That's
thanks,
awesome.
thanks.
So this is my 28th year, so we are both old timers in our companies. So here's the thing. Everyone knows Close to My Heart is closing their doors on April 30th. And I and many other makers are like transitioning over to Stampin' Up. And so I have reached out to Amy because she is a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and a fellow leader in her company. And I am moving over to Stampin' Up! As well. So we are both leaders in our companies.
Yes.
And I am going to be with her on May 1st with Stampin' Up! So I've reached out and she's been so helpful. This girl, she's amazing, has helped with a lot of little questions. We have really had some fun getting to know each other, building a friendship, talking product, talking similarities, talking differences, and so
glad to have somebody local right here in Denton because I haven't lived in Denton the whole time I've been a demonstrator. I was in McKinney for like 11 years. Yeah. So moving over here, it's just I've got a lot of people still over that way and not over here. So anyway, it's fun to have somebody local. Yeah, and especially when I need to borrow stuff, I can call you and say, hey, do you have this?
Same. Well, and she's been super helpful because I have so many questions because there's so much new stuff with Stampin' Up.
Yes.
They have a lot of really great products, but it's just new and it's just different. So it's fun to have both of us be kind of in leadership, old timers with our company, but then also she's been really helpful as I transition. So we live like 8 minutes apart.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, that's great.
I love it. So for our Monday movie today, I'm doing this as a training for my team, but I'm going to make this as a public video on YouTube later because I think the information that she and I share together will be super valuable for both companies and for anybody watching this video. Part of the reason that I'm doing this today is there are a lot of questions right now about like what products are similar, what are the paper colors, what are the ink colors, and a lot of those kind of questions. And so I thought, you know what, Amy, and she was such a good sport, like, yes, let's do that. I'm going to bring some samples of Close to My Heart cardstock. She's got samples of Stampin' Up! And we are going to do some side-by-side real color comparisons so that you guys can kind of see what's same and what's different. Part of the reason I think that's super smart too, especially for Close to My Heart people who are transitioning, whether you're a maker or you're a customer watching this, is clearly there are going to be products we're going to invest in. Eventually we'll invest in all new cardstocks and all new stamp pads. But for right now, rather than anyone feel overwhelmed, like I don't want to replace everything I've invested in, use what you have because you've made an investment in it. But if there are colors that they have that we don't really have anything like it, those are the best colors to probably choose to purchase first, to invest in first moving forward, and then use up your cardstock. Wait till stamp pads dry out, and then when you transition, you can grab one in the Stampin' Up! Family.
Right.
Yeah?
It'll be great to see. Well, it's going to be great to see how close some of our colors may be because, when you stamp, sometimes it's definitely going to blend with a cardstock color or vice versa, even if it's not the exact color. So
there might be hints and shades and hues and tints and all those artsy words.
Right, but I think that the products can probably work together.
Agreed. And a lot of things work together. And really, as we've been finding out, we do have a lot of similar products. We both have clear stamps. We just call them clear.
Photopolymer,
but they're kind of the same thing, and they're both good. So just for information, let me pull open our catalog. So we don't have color groupings. We used to kind of have color groupings like that, but now we've just got them all in a kind of a simple spread, but they've grouped colors together. So you have like pinks and reds in one part, and then like purples, and that navigates into blues and greens and yellows. So that's a little different from yours, that they're not just in groupings, but these are the color offerings that we have. So we're going to be comparing colors just to see what's the same, what's different. One thing that we do have that's similar is we have color of the year. So this is just one color that comes out brand new every year, and it's only good for that 1 year.
Kind of like the Pantone.
Yeah, a little bit like that. Yeah. Very much like that. So it's nice that yours has like a rotation to it. But the other thing with Close to My Heart is that usually when we have our annual catalog comes out, they will pull somewhere between 4 and 6 colors and just add in new colors then. And then those are good moving forward until they choose to switch them out. So,
and we do a color refresh, as we call it, they do it about every 5 years.
Okay.
We had one last year, in fact. They pulled some colors out of the collection. They brought in some brand new colors, and they also sometimes bring back, they usually do bring back some former in colors as well.
Oh, that's fun.
So
like something that was popular.
That's the one fun thing about the in colors is like I always hang on to them because they may come back, and often some of them do, which is always fun when your favorite color shows
it's like a new friend shows back up in your life. I love that. Okay. So we decided we would start with the basics. So let's start with black and white. Now what we've done is we have each cut a 4x4 square of each cardstock, and we've labeled them so that you guys can kind of see them as we're looking at them. And then at the end of each color grouping, we'll kind of hold them up close to her, it's not an above camera. What is this called?
It's an external camera.
External camera.
Anyway. It's a camera. It's a camera shooting down to my desk.
We're going to hold it up here so that if you want to take a quick screenshot just for your own reference, you can do that. So we'll try to remember to do that with each other. Okay. So let's start with our basics. Okay. So mine are here at the top. We have just a black and white, and ours are called Black and White Daisy.
And we've got basic black and basic white.
So one of the things I know people are a little nervous about is we love White Daisy and Close to My Heart White Daisy, and it's so smooth. Guess what? Their basic white is very smooth as well.
Yeah, it's always been very ultra smooth, the white, which is great for stamping on, like y'all know. So
which is perfect.
Yeah, and we also have basic white in a thick cardstock.
Okay.
Which it's not as smooth, but we use it for card base. Like if I want a white base for my card, I'll use the thick white.
Okay.
And not this one, because this one is a thinner.
Yeah.
Than what this is definitely thinner than the colored cardstock. Okay. So the thick white is a nice card base.
Okay. That's great to know. Perfect. So I don't think we need to hold these underneath because, they're black and white.
Yeah, they're I would say your White Daisy is a little brighter of a white.
It is just a little bit brighter.
Just barely. Barely.
We were talking about this, like we have this French vanilla, and it's just a shade darker than our white, and it's kind of like this little gradient progression, which I'm not sure if you can see, but we can hold it up to our up close camera.
A little closer. Let's see. Okay, you can see. Well, it's so bright.
It's such a light color. It's kind of
hard to see. Maybe if I get a little shadow on it, I don't know. But yeah, that's a nice color.
Yeah. So you have one. Do you want to bring that one over and we'll just show it?
Okay, and then
we'll move the blacks out of the way.
Okay, then we have what is called Very Vanilla, which is vanilla.
Yeah, it does. It looks like vanilla ice cream.
I don't know how to describe it really. It's just, let me bring it up with our basic white. It's very different. And every now and then some of our DSP, sorry, I'm using lingo.
That's okay,
you
we
may
need to
not
learn
know.
it.
That's what we call Designer Series paper is what it stands for. It's our printed background paper.
It's like Close to My Heart B&T or background and texture paper.
Yeah, so we call it DSP, and sometimes the DSP instead of white we'll use Very Vanilla, and that's the main time I use it. Honestly, I'm a white girl. Yeah, I mean I like
white.
That sounded weird.
We are white girls, but we do like white.
But anyway, I like white better than vanilla, but if I had this French vanilla I might like that.
So that's just a little comparison. I know it's hard to see these because they're very washed out. They're lighter colors, but you'll get the gist. Okay. All right, let's move those out of the way. Okay, we're gonna just keep going with basics. How does that sound?
Oh, and we have next is this
let's see. Okay,
let's get some grays okay.
I'm grabbing we have charcoal and linen and mink. Okay. And so let's see what colors that you have that are similar. Should we do let's do our charcoal.
Okay, and we have basic gray. Those are very, very similar.
They are very similar.
Very similar.
I'll hold these up so you can kind of see. If you decide to take a screenshot, just get that ready because we'll just keep doing this as we go. They're very, very close in color. I think you'd probably mix and match pretty easily. The other thing about Close to My Heart color that is different with our cardstock is that all of our cardstock is two-toned. So we have a color on one side, a lighter color on the other, which you can kind of see here. So if there's something that's really similar, we might just flip it over to the other side and show. But either way, this looks very much like it's in a very similar color family.
Yeah.
Mine's a little cooler. I think yours is maybe a little more warm.
Yeah, it does.
Is that a good way to describe it?
Yeah, that's exactly what
Okay, so charcoal and basic gray, very similar colors.
Okay.
All right, should we do these ones?
And this is a brand new color this year. We haven't had this basic beige.
Okay, and we have mink. So these are also very similar. And again, I would say maybe a little more
This
cool.
has more yellow tones.
A little more warm.
in it. Yeah.
But that is pretty similar to what you see on screen. So we have a linen, which I don't know that you have anything like that.
We do not have anything
but
like that.
linen is kind of in that same color family. But we don't. You don't have a color that is just linen. So just so that you guys know, these two are very similar. There's not really one like that. Good?
Good. Yep.
Okay, so let's scooch
But
that
we
one
have
out of the way.
two more grays.
I think I've shown you my grays. Those are the grays that we have.
So we also have smoky slate and gray granite. Smoky slate is a cooler, very light gray. It makes me think of an elephant.
Yeah, that's our charcoal, and the lighter side is still darker than these.
And this gray granite makes me think of concrete, or it's a little warmer.
Yeah,
I use this color a lot, gray granite. I really like it.
Those are beautiful. Those are great neutrals.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Love that. Awesome. All right, what color should we do next?
Do you have anything close to our crumb cake or a craft?
Do you want to look at our browns? We do have a craft cardstock, but it's not really in our color family. It's just its own kind of specialty paper.
So that's probably kind of what it's like then. But it's in the neutrals. The crumb cake is.
I was gonna say, I'll pull out my browns.
Here's my other two browns.
And let's see what other. I think that's it for your browns. Okay, so we'll do these a little closer if there's some colors that are very similar.
Okay.
Here, how about we spread them out here? Yeah. We have espresso, and you have early espresso.
Early espresso, and it's a little darker. It looks like ours is a little darker.
Yeah.
It is dark brown.
But that's a beautiful color, and it's very much in the same color family. Our espresso is just a little bit lighter. The flip side is even lighter than that, but similar.
Yeah.
Similar colors.
It reminds me of our old, we used to have chocolate chip that was very close to that.
We had a color that was similar that was called, I think it was just called chocolate. But yeah, so that is probably as close as those will get. And then we have a mocha, which is kind of a true brown.
Yeah, we don't know.
And there's not one that's similar to that one.
And this was just released last year, this in our Color Refresh pecan pie. I'm trying to think what went away that might have been close to that. I can't remember. But yeah, pecan pie is new and just definitely lighter.
Let's put these next to these just so that you can see. We have toffee and acorn, and then there is your pecan pie.
You know what? Acorn looks very close to one of our in colors, which is wild wheat.
Oh,
just a little lighter.
That one's got a little more yellow, kind of greenish undertone to it.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is there. So there's not anything super similar, I would think.
No, not really.
No, they're different colors. Yeah. So just so you know, I'll just hold these like this if you want to take a screenshot of those two colors. The two on the left, toffee and acorn, are close to my heart. Pecan pie and wild wheat are Stampin' Up. Yeah. Okay, very good. Okay. And then we have, it's funny, these are like food words. We have shortbread and crumb cake, but they're not very similar at all.
How about you? Pecan
Where's our
pie?
snack? Do you guys have snacks? We have no snacks. We did not think this through, Amy.
All of our color names are, as you can have probably already guessed, are alliteration. 2 words, alliteration.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Okay, so we'll set those aside, but those don't really have a color that goes with. Okay, let's see. Do you want to do? Let me just do the color of the year. Do you have a color similar to?
That looks like
Journey?
It looks like Pretty Peacock to me a little bit.
We used to have a color that was called Peacock. Those are very, very similar.
That's probably the closest.
And I don't
bushel
think
is too blue.
I don't think I have anything similar. The only one I have that's kind of that's got a little bit more blue to it. Yeah, these ones are, they're not very close.
That looks like one we used to have too. This is like testing my memory of former colors. I can't think of it. It might have been some taken, no, it's a little darker than taken with teal we used to have, but we had something close to it.
Yeah, so that's about as close as it's going to get, but not really.
Yeah.
Okay, and there's nothing else that really grabs.
Pretty Peacock is a, it's a nice color.
Okay.
That Journey is very pretty.
Beautiful. They're both beautiful colors.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
There we go. All right. I know we're both just sitting here looking at which colors should we do
this
next.
one, I mean, wasn't a brown, but it's a copper. This is another
this
ink
looks
color.
kind of like
copper clay.
It looks a little bit like our Desert Rose. Should we look at that one? Or let's pull that one too. Let's look at all three.
Yeah.
So Desert Rose is one of our colors, and she has copper clay and Cajun craze, which we have one similar. We were talking about that one also.
Yeah, there was something else very close to that. Scarlet.
Okay, so let's look at these two.
Okay.
I don't think I have anything else that is very close to that, so we'll do this one in a sec. So this is Desert Rose, close to my heart, copper clay.
And copper clay just is out for one more year. That's the main color.
Yeah, so if you were making a project where you mixed and matched, these two would go nicely together, but they're not really a similar color in that regard.
Yeah, they do look pretty together.
They do look really pretty together. I love that. Okay, so while we're talking about that, this Cajun Craze that you just showed looks kind of similar to our Scarlet. This is more of a cool undertone. This is a more warm undertone. The flip side, same thing. I mean, you could probably, if you were in a bind to use a stamp pad that went with, you could probably get away with it.
Yeah.
But what you're seeing us on screen is pretty close to what we're looking at as well.
Yeah, it does look accurate.
So neither of them are really red. They have a little hint of like almost a brick, like a brick color or something with it.
Yeah, brick is a good description of that. Yeah.
All right, we'll take those out of the way.
What do you want to do?
Let's do, let me do our purples and kind of our blues, like our shades of that. We might just have to grab them one at a time because I know our colors are grouped a little differently. Let's start with our mulberry.
Okay,
do you have something similar?
This is another in color, Moody Mauve.
Okay, so on the left is Mulberry from Close to My Heart. And we'll always do this. The left color is going to be Close to My Heart, and the right will be Stampin' Up. Those are very similar, kind of in the same color family.
Shade,
just a darker shade of it. Yep. And then the flip side of that would be even lighter so that you can see. But yeah, that's probably as close as we're going to get with that one.
Yeah.
Very pretty color.
Okay. Which one next?
Let's grab the real true purple. Let's see how we go.
Yeah, we've got Gorgeous Grape.
We used to have a grape, and it was kind of similar to that color as well. So these are our purples that are probably pretty close. This one is a little bit more royal, depth of color. This is a little more soft, and both of them are very, very beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. The flip side of that, which is lighter, is actually much closer to it because it is a little bit lighter.
They definitely blend together.
They go really well together. I like that a lot. Okay. And then I've got two other shades of kind of these, kind of like a softer, more of a lavender family. Let's see what you've got here.
Let's see. This is a dark. We'll pull that out. That's like,
I don't know if I have anything. So
we have Blackberry Bliss.
So we don't really have a color like this one, because this is our royal, and so we don't really have anything close.
It's like a,
it is like a berry.
Yeah, it's a very dark,
beautiful.
Like
I love that.
Then we have Highland Heather. This is almost getting into the pink family a little bit.
So we might keep that, even though in just looking, I don't think that we have one similar.
Petunia Pop is a brand new in color, but that's a little more in the pink. I feel like this is the closest to the purples, and it's Highland Heather.
Yeah, they're very different colors.
Yeah.
Again, they would look pretty if you were putting them together, but not very similar in color. That one maybe is a little bit more than this. Our Periwinkle has a little bit more blue in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those are our colors. Okay.
Okay.
We'll set that one aside. All right, let's do...
So
why don't you pull your purples since we don't have any more to...
Yeah, because this is Fresh Freesia, which is a subtle. And then we have this brand new Petunia Pop. That's one of the new in colors. We also have Berry Burst.
We'll save, because I might have one like that.
Okay.
I was just wondering if we pull back that mulberry that we looked at, just so you can see the comparison.
Yeah,
they're not really the same, but that's about as close as it gets between a pink and a purple in those middle shades. Because I don't think that I've got anything really similar to that.
Okay.
Isn't it nice, though? You guys are going to have so many new colors to choose from, which I think is phenomenal.
I love colors.
All right, let's do your...
we didn't do this one in our grays earlier, but...
I don't know that we have that color. Hold on.
Yeah,
pull that one out. And
this
I'll
is
look and
Pebbled
see.
Path, which is an in color that's in its second year.
And I don't think we have one that's like that because we already showed mink and charcoal.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, it's similar. It's just
similar to
lighter.
charcoal,
Yeah.
but it's more warm.
Yeah.
And ours is a little more cool.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny. Ours seems to have more cool tones, and overall yours have
that
more
is.
warm tones.
And you know what? I would have never known
funny?
it until we put them side by side.
Uh-huh. I know. That's funny. Okay, let's do some blues.
Okay.
We got a few blues, and then kind of some
here.
in-between shades to greens.
Yeah.
All right, let's start with just kind of some good royal blues, and let's see how close we can get.
All right. Well, it looks like bluebird and blueberry bushel, and then we've got
Okay, so let's do these ones. So here is the close to my heart shade of bluebird. There's blueberry bushel. So this is a little bit closer to kind of like how we were looking at Journey, but Journey has a lot more green. This is much more blue. Mm-hmm. And then that's the lighter shade of our bluebird. Yeah. That's probably as close as it's going to get with anything that I thought. Okay. And then I'm going to show our sapphire
and Night of Navy.
Night of Navy. These are really similar.
Yeah, they are.
So this would be one that you could probably get away with keeping either or and mixing and matching it with your cardstock and your ink pad. Don't you think?
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of nice that there are some similarities. That makes it a little bit easier. All right, let's grab another that's similar. How about this Capri maybe in your
Azure Afternoon?
Do I have something? I don't think I have anything more close than that.
Yeah.
Nope. Then what about, let's hold up maybe your
Boho Blue, and this is an in color in its second year. Yeah, Boho Blue.
Yeah, so that one's a little bit different. So these are very similar, Capri and Azure Afternoon. Now yours is a little more cool, and ours happens to be a little more warm, and that's the flip side of that.
Yeah, that was a brand new color introduced last year.
Super pretty color. I love that.
Okay.
All right, I don't think I have anything that's like this boho
And then
blue.
we've got, and we also have a balmy. I don't see one over there for that either.
So that balmy blue is very similar to our glacier, except this is more blue and this is more green.
I think glacier and pool party are going to be really close.
Ooh, yeah. So let's set that one aside because I don't know that we have one
I think
that's
these
close
are just
to that.
kind of on their own.
Okay, glacier and pool party these are awesome because they look very similar. You can see the flip side. So that would be a good one that you can mix and match, and you could probably mix and match your ink and your cardstock.
Oh yeah, I think so.
And that would look great. Yay for colors that have some similarity.
What is that? Oh, that's going to be, okay, never mind. That's probably going to be closer to this. All right.
Okay. Let's do our lagoon and maybe these colors.
Okay, let's see.
You've got a few that might match with our lagoon.
This is a brand new in color for this year, Summer Splash.
Okay, so here's our lagoon and Summer Splash. And let's hold this one up against it.
And this is Coastal Cabana, which is it's just a lighter shade of that Summer Splash, really.
Yeah, that's very pretty. In fact, it's almost like you have your pool party as a trio of color.
Yes.
So that's about as close, I think, as you're going to get to lagoon, because I think that's got more green in it. So we'll hold these ones up, just so that you can kind of see for color reference. That's a really nice trifecta of 3 together, though. I do like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. By the way, y'all, I know some of y'all are commenting, and we'll look
go
at those
back
in a minute
and
and go back, and we'll answer them at the end.
Yeah, we'll do this
if we can. See, these I feel like are kind of on their own here without
and that
this one. So we have Lost Lagoon.
Yeah, just spiral them out.
Which, I mean, it kind of like, well, you know what Lost Lagoon looks really good with is Pretty Peacock. It's like those two shades look pretty together.
Our shade of Glacier would almost be like a little bit lighter.
Yeah, those look good together too.
Very pretty.
But then we have these that I don't. Well, what's Harbor? Does that?
Harbor is kind of a mix of like a little bit of blue, a little bit of
We've got
gray.
Misty Moonlight, which I feel like
that's kind of similar.
Yeah,
Harbor and Misty Moonlight.
They kind of blend, I think.
This is a little more blue than that one, but in a pinch you can.
And our boho blue looks nice with the Misty Moonlight, like a lighter shade there.
Those two look very good. But yeah, those 3 together, that would be a nice combination.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then this balmy blue is just kind of your basic baby blue. Like it's like makes me think of baby.
Yeah, and I don't think. I mean, this is our Capri we showed earlier, but they're not even really super similar.
How many total colors do you have?
We have 44.
Okay.
How many do you guys have total?
We've got 50 plus the basic, so like 54.
few more colors to.
Yeah, so
which
that's
is why
probably
we're not even finding
why
some.
we're having some extras that aren't.
Which is great. I love that.
Okay.
All right. Do you have something similar to this shade of mist? So this is kind of in our. It's like a blue, a little bit of gray. I don't know if you've got one that's similar.
I almost feel like one of our grays might have. But I don't know. No, I don't think so. I don't think so.
Okay.
No.
So this mist is just kind of its own little color. All right. Let's keep going with greens.
The soft sea foam.
Okay.
Is that Seabrook or you don't think?
Oh yeah. Seabrook and soft sea foam are very similar. This is a little more cool. This is a little more warm.
This kind of has more of a green in it. Well, they both, I mean, they're both greens.
This has a little more yellow tint to
in
it.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Let's see what other greens that we've got here.
We've got a bunch of greens. All right.
Let's do our true greens, like these kind of
like,
these colors, and then we'll go to the more of the off shades in a sec.
Okay, so like we've got shaded spruce.
Here, we'll pull these up together. So here's clover and evergreen. Your shaded spruce is like a little more cool version of these.
This is a new in color this year, and that kind of is in that family a little.
Here, we'll move this so you can see them a little better.
Garden green, it's more yellowy.
Yeah. I don't know that any of these have an exact match to them. They're kind of different shades of green.
Yeah.
But nice to have some color choices, right?
We had something close to that before, that evergreen. We had like a forest foliage, or and actually we had one that had evergreen in the name. I just can't think of the rest of it.
So there's our clover and shy shamrock. Yeah. The flip side would be a little bit closer, but this is still a little more blue color, a little more. Yeah. Super pretty though. And then shaded spruce and evergreen. This is close to my heart, and that is Stampin' Up. Those are probably as close as we're going to get, huh?
And,
Okay. Let's try another one, shall we? This
garden
one?
green and jade.
We used to have a garden green. It was a different shade, but we had that color.
Those are pretty similar.
Are pretty similar.
Yeah, those are pretty similar.
That's the lighter version.
Yeah.
But yeah, those are pretty similar. That looks nice. Okay. Love that. You want to try this one?
I don't think we had
You don't have one like it? So we have sage.
We used to have one that it was something sage. I wish I could
Super
remember. You know what? My brain's not what it used to be.
I know. Listen, once those colors retire, we focus on the new, and then it's like, it's in there somewhere.
Some of them I can remember so well, and other ones, no.
Yeah, it's okay.
It was something sage, yeah.
Okay, we got it. Let's get our last ones of green, and let's peek at them.
So, Mossy
Let's do these
Meadow.
two. Okay, pine and mossy meadow are very similar. Again, more warm, more yellow. Pine is a little bit more cool. But both really beautiful colors.
And then on the same line, we've got Old Olive. This is probably one of our oldest colors. It's been around a long, long time.
We had olive for a long time as well. Let's
I feel
put
like
all of
lemon
these
lime
together.
Twist.
Maybe that one.
And then we've got Granny Apple.
So I don't know that we
Green.
have one that's close to that Old Olive.
No.
We did in the past, but not so much anymore. So that is one that's just kind of on its own. That's a gorgeous color. Some of these colors I'm going to be really excited to work with, Amy.
Yeah.
Because they're very beautiful.
I do like them.
Okay, so let's try these.
I love lemon lime twist.
It's super pretty. This is limeade and this is lemon lime twist. Same color family. This one's just a little, almost like they added a little gray to it. And yours is a little brighter. I really like the lemon lime twist. That might be something I grab right away.
Yeah, it's a really fun one.
That's so pretty. Okay.
And then we have Granny Apple Green is our other kind of, it's a darker line, like a, I don't know.
It looks like a Granny Apple Green.
I used to think it looked more lime green until we added this. This was new. I think that was a returning in color.
Okay.
But it's now in our core colors.
Okay.
And then this one, it's more of like a, I don't know.
It does look like an apple.
Yeah,
like I could bite into that
yeah.
right now. Okay, so you can see the similarities and differences. Okay. Hopefully you guys are getting screenshots of these to remember.
And then
all right, I have one more shade.
There.
And it's rosemary. It's in our green family, but it's got some shades of gray to it. So, but I feel like we looked over these, and I don't think there was a gray that had that hint of green.
No, there's really not.
So that's kind of a color on its own.
Gray granite would probably be the closest, but I don't think so. No, that's too light. No.
No, and they're kind of two different shades. All right, we're narrowing down. Let's do our reds and pinks.
Okay, reds.
Yeah, let's do our reds.
All right, we've got 3 reds.
Okay. So we already did a comparison, and we had the scarlet. What did we say that one was close?
That
we did
one
that
was
at the
close
beginning.
to Cajun Craze. Yeah.
So this is one that we did earlier.
Yeah. And it was...
Just so that we can show, we'll set these aside, and then we can hold them by these other reds.
And then I think Real Red and Rosy were very... Ours is just like a darker version of that, it seems like.
So Rosy does have a little bit more pink. This is it's luscious. This is a luscious, kind of reminiscent of raspberry. If you guys remember raspberry that we used to have, looks like a color
Real Red has been around since the beginning, I'm pretty sure.
I hope it stays forever because I love this color.
They can't get rid of that. So to me, that's just red. It's red.
Okay. Let's just tell Stampin' Up right now.
It's red.
Don't ever get rid of this color. So, but again, very similar, and you could probably mix and match these, and those would look really pretty.
And then it looks like Poppy Parade and Candy Apple are very close.
These are very, very close. That one has a hint of
Poppy
pink.
Parade too. Yeah.
This was actually the very first color that I bought. When I
it's
placed my first order.
It's a good one.
Because I love red in all shades. So these are very similar. So you could get away with mixing and matching those ones. So you can see how these ones really just were more brown.
And we've got an extra here, Cherry Cobbler, that I think is going to be standalone.
Yeah, much. I don't know that we have anything because even our Scarlet it's more brown. It's more like a brick versus this Cherry Cobbler, which that really looks like Cherry Cobbler. Are we going to lunch after this?
I hope so. We sure need to. We need to eat a bunch of desserts.
I know. Goodness. Okay.
All right. But
let's do... So I don't think I have anything that's that shade of berry. Do you want to highlight those two pinks?
Berry Burst.
Yeah, I don't know that we have anything that is that color. We used to have like a wild berry that was very similar of the Berry Burst, but we don't have anything currently in our color line that's that color family. Okay. Let's try this shade of... How about these kind of peach different colors like that one?
So we've got this is Calypso Coral.
Okay, so let's do these ones first. This is our peach and your Calypso Coral. I don't think you have anything that's closer than that. These are very similar. This one is almost like there's a hint of gray to it. Yeah. This is a little more, again, another vibrant, very beautiful, vibrant color. But they are similar. Yeah. Really pretty. Then we have peach. I'm going to leave these out just so we can look.
Yeah,
you have petal pink.
Yeah, we have petal pink, which is very.
This is even a little bit more peach, a little more orangey than our peach color. But
yeah, I would call that petal peach if I had named it.
Yeah, a little more yellow.
They didn't ask me though, but yeah, I mean, I don't know.
But again, those you could put together in a project. Which this is another reason this is good because once you do have Close to My Heart colors and or Stampin' Up colors. You can mix and match these really nicely. Yeah. So don't feel like you have to separate products. You can cross over because they're both really beautiful. Okay, and we already did that one, right? The papaya and the Calypso Coral. All right, we've got two more shades of pink. Let's see what you've got. So I have Flamingo and Ballerina.
We've got Flirty Flamingo.
Flirty Flamingo.
And we've got Pretty in Pink is a new, this is a new in color, and it is a returning core color from way back.
Oh, okay.
Which we were all like, oh, they brought
it back. This is like a very true pink.
Yeah, it is that's a great baby pink, whatever. Yeah, and then we have Bubble Bath. That was a brand new color introduced to our core colors last year.
Okay, so if we're looking at lighter shades, our Ballerina and Bubble Bath are both light. This one has a little bit more of a peach tone to it. This one is more pink. Yeah. But they're similar. Yes. I don't know if you can even tell that on camera because on camera they look a lot the same.
When you
on
turn
that
it
angle,
that way,
that's different.
That's more real right there. What you're saying.
So this does have a little bit more pink. That has a little more peach. Yeah, but very pretty colors. So of these three, see that those kind of have more of the same tones. This is just a lighter shade, and this has got a little bit more of that of the corally color to it. Yeah. Yeah. So we'll hold these up too.
And we have an extra, it looks like. Okay. And I guess...
So pull out your Melon
Mambo. This is a really nice, bright, vibrant pink.
So this is our Rosy.
Yeah.
Which, this is has a little bit more red to it. That is more pink. Really pretty. Like I love that one. That's one I can see me buying pretty soon.
Yeah, I love Melon Mambo. I use that one a good bit.
Okay. Okay. All right, we're down to our yellows and oranges, you guys. Yeah. I hope you're finding this valuable. This is super helpful for me, and I love that we're comparing all of these gorgeous colors. All right, let's see. I'm going to do this Paprika first because I don't know that you have one that's super similar. Yeah. So Paprika is a color that we have that's just a very kind of rusty orange. It's beautiful, and it kind of looks like paprika. But you don't really have a color that's similar.
Yeah, I guess but we already found the other one that matches that.
This is their Cajun Craze, which we had looked at kind of scarlet.
Too pink.
They're a little bit in the color family. So,
yeah,
but it doesn't, there's not a color that really looks like that one.
Then
all right, let's try this
pumpkin,
one.
Pumpkin and pumpkin
pie.
And
pumpkin pie.
Looks like ours is just a darker.
It looks like the same color, just darker. So this is one I think you could get away with mixing and matching really easily.
Because probably if you stamped off once of our pumpkin pie, you might get the shade.
I'll bet you it would be the same color. Yep. And there's the lighter version of that, which again, you can mix and match super easily. So yeah, pumpkin and pumpkin pie, very close.
Again, more pie.
I'm telling you, what is with
peach,
all these food
and we have
colors?
peach pie too. So
okay, I don't know that I have
this is a
one
new
like
ink
that.
color this year.
Okay.
So that's brand new.
This looks kind of similar. We had a color that was called taffy, and this is like a darker shade of taffy, if you remember that color that we used to have. But we don't really have anything super similar to that one.
It's not looking the right color on there. It looks.
It's got more.
Yeah, it's looking yellow on the camera, but it's not.
It's a little more orange.
It's peach.
At least they're seeing when we're putting them side by side. They can kind of see. Okay, so we have 3 colors left, each of us.
Here's our yellows.
We have Sundance, Honey Butter, Lemonade. Let's see yours.
We have Crushed Curry, Daffodil Delight, and Lemon Lolly.
Okay, these are all...
Lemon Lolly is a really, really light yellow.
That one I think
this is one of my favorite brand new colors they introduced last year.
I could see that one being used a lot. So if you put that by our Lemonade, it's
just a very light shade
soft.
of it.
This is like a baby yellow.
Yeah.
Very, very pretty.
And then Daffodil Delight is kind of like
it's in between Honey Butter and Lemonade.
Yeah, it's kind of in there somewhere.
Very similar.
And the Crushed Curry is very close to...
Yeah, these two are very similar. Sundance and Crushed Curry. That one's got just a hint more like a little bit of brown to it maybe. Yeah. But similar. And again, if you were doing a project with just a little stamped something, you could get away with it very easily.
Yeah.
Okay. So these are our last ones, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Fun.
Those are awesome. You guys, these are really beautiful colors, both sides, and so many of these are going to work really well to mix and match.
Yeah.
I'll give you those 2 back, and I'll take these 2. So those are our colors.
Yeah.
I love it.
Let's go back to just our face.
Okay.
We're done, unless we're showing anything else.
I think that was it. So
let's see here.
Let's go look at our comments.
All right. You can probably read better than I can.
Oh, it's okay.
Here.
We have hello. Congratulations, Amy, on your 25 years. You got one of those. That's so good. Christy, what's she asking? Should we invest in 2023 to 2025 colors? Where is it better to spend money getting started? What do you think? If there's a color that's going to only be around till May of one more year?
I mean, if it were me, I would choose first the ones that are staying around longer. Okay. You know, I mean, unless there's one of those 5 in colors that you just love.
Yeah, you've totally fallen in love with.
And honestly, like, for me, it comes down to what's in the DSPs too, because that's, I don't know if y'all are the same way, but that's what I use, because I love, when I'm starting a card or scrapbook, I don't do a lot of scrapbooking myself. I do card making.
Just wait.
But hey, I'm excited that we're going to get some of y'all's products.
Yes, we're bringing over scrapbook stuff.
We need them, and I probably will get into it again.
You will.
I used to. I just haven't in a while. But like if I'm starting on a card, I typically will look at the DSPs and think, oh, I love this. I want to use this. And then that's the colors I pull in.
And then you grab the colors that go.
So that's what really depends for me a lot is what's in the papers. But if I were choosing colors, I think it would be smart to maybe invest first in the ones that are going to stick around.
Longevity.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense to me too. But again, we all see colors that we go, we don't care. I'm grabbing this because I love it.
And you're like, well, and then on the other hand, you can think, well, I have a whole year to use it. So, you know.
All right, let's see. Oh, you've got the mouse. You can go up.
No, it's okay.
We need to learn the new terms. I know. There's so many new things. It's all new, guys. It's all good. Shortbread to very vanilla. Maybe. Let's just take a peek at that. These are good comments. Let's dig back through and I'll pull out my shortbread.
Very vanilla.
Here's my shortbread.
Oh. Well,
shortbread is much darker.
Yeah, it is. But they work together.
Now a little bit of shortbread with some vanilla ice cream on top. Sounds delightful. But yeah, a little darker shades.
Y'all excuse me blowing my nose. But
no, you're totally good. I'm going to keep looking.
Runs.
Okay,
constantly.
Mary, this is super helpful, ladies. Thanks for doing this. It is our pleasure. We are having some good fun here. Okay, let's see. What else? Margot, taking care of my 100-year-old mom today. I just hopped on. I'm excited to compare colors. Will you ask if we can order color swatches like we can with Close to My Heart?
We do not have color swatches. No.
We have like a supply item where you can get a little 3x3. They're punched and there's a ring that comes with it for $2 or $3 or something.
We've had every now and then we've had little things like that where like they were just a special little giveaway or something, but no, we don't have anything currently.
That's good to know. I will say though, like making this and cutting, I just cut a little 4x4 sample and just printed out some really simple labels.
It didn't take long. Yeah.
Less than an hour. Yeah. So if you're going to have this to show, you could kind of make your own. So that's an excellent question. Thank you for asking that. Okay. Let's see. Love Real Red and Night of Navy. So glad they are still around. I was a great Stampin' Up customer 25 years ago. I still have all my old stamp pads in a box. I'll bet we hear that from a lot of our people because I hear that with Close to My Heart too. I still have dot stuff from back in the day.
And here's the thing. Unless you have the ones that are the foam, because ours are foam now, and of course way back they were the linen ones. So I don't know if the inks are compatible with the linen, but if you had any that were old, I mean, if it's the same color, the re-inkers mostly will still work on that. But if they're really old, probably not. It may not be the right form because the formula changed when they changed to the foam. So
I remember someone sharing that. Yeah. All right, let's see what else. Lots of SU spots. Ink pads. Those are the little 1-inch.
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
We have a good. All right, let's see. What else do we have here? I love seeing this. I'm so glad. Thank you for sharing. You guys are so welcome. This is really our pleasure. I know how to spell your name. Sorry for the autocorrect earlier. Listen, we don't worry about autocorrect. She does her own thing. Margot saying hers are linen. Yes, that's good. Well, it's the beauty of crafting, especially if you're with a really good company. With both of these companies are great. Both of them are solid. Both have been around for a long time. So you're getting really good quality product regardless of which company that you are shopping with. Don't you agree?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Everything that I've seen from Stampin' Up so far, I've been very impressed with. Which honestly, this might sound weird to say, but as someone who's been with Close to My Heart since 1996, you just think, well, nothing's going to be as good, but they have a lot of really incredible stuff, which is part of the reason I'm totally fine going over. Yeah. Because Stampin' Up really has the same feel. I've told a lot of people that going from Close to My Heart to Stampin' Up feels almost like, I've shared this with my team, but if you're not on my team and you're hearing for this for the first time, it almost feels like with Close to My Heart closing their doors, it's like we're moving out of our childhood home and you have memories there and you loved it and you have, all of your life has happened there. But now you're moving to a new home and it's a little bigger. We know Stampin' Up is larger than Close to My Heart. So it's exciting to move into a big, beautiful home. But the great part is we only moved to like the next neighborhood over. So, you know what I mean?
It's like you're not in a new country.
It's not totally unfamiliar. This feels very familiar to me. Yeah. Right. So like if I had moved, I'm still familiar with the city. I know where the stores are. I know the lay of the land. That's how this feels to me. So it feels like a very natural transition, I guess. And so we've been really thankful with everyone at Stampin' Up who's been so welcoming, so helpful. So like, yes, we want you, come on over. So
we are thrilled to have you. And of course, I mean, and my heart goes out to y'all for having to do this transition because change is not easy. It's never easy. Yeah. Nobody really loves change. Yeah. Some of us handle it better than others, but it's hard. Yeah. It's hard. But
especially if you've been doing it a very long time.
But we at Stampin' Up are super excited to have all of you join us and your products too. Yeah. I mean, I can't tell you the buzz that's going around about the scrapping products because we've been complaining for years that we're lacking that. We used to have more, they just whatever. So we're really excited about that.
Good. It's like the best of both worlds are going to come together and just make this super company.
Yes, right.
And I've been really impressed with your art department too because I know you guys already have to plan so far out in advance for future products and future catalogs. But while they're doing all that, they are adding into this new dimension of let's get some scrapbook stuff together on top of what we already have plans, which I know that's so much extra work, but they're doing it. Yeah. That is a testament to me that they want us to come over and they're willing to expand to make room for us and for our customers, which I think is going to be awesome all the way around. So,
Agree.
Anyway, this is my new friend Amy Storrie, who I adore, and it's fun to have a fellow friend in the business who we love to create and craft. And we're old timers, so we understand going back to the 90s, how this all looks. Right. So anyway, this has been very fun. Thank you guys for joining, whether it's live or whether you're watching this later. Again, this will be on YouTube, and we're going to make it public so we can just share it with everyone. And hopefully some of the things that you saw will be helpful to you. So, all right. Anything else? We good?
No, it's great to be here with all of you. Hope to get to meet some of you in person sometime
Yes,
soon.
we will. In-person conventions. You guys had in-person convention. We are so excited about that. That's going to be so good. Okay, let's see if we have any more comments that came in. Christy, this is such a good final comment. We have to stop comparing and embrace instead. Yes, 100%.
Great.
Some things you just can't compare. You know what I mean? It's like, I love the chocolate cake from this place, but I also love the chocolate cake from this place. They're different, but you like them both. That's how this feels. So we're going to end on that, Christy. That was such a good comment. So thank you for that. Okay. Enjoy, everybody, and good luck as we move forward. See ya.
Thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Amy. All right. Let's close this out.